Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan cast. Max, how you doing tonight?
Good one. Had a good Christmas. Merry Christmas. Our teams won. Joey's team lost. It was fucking sweet. I don't think Christmas gets much better than football and basketball family. Vin Diesel family.
Yeah.
Dom. What gets better one?
Yeah, dude. I enjoyed my Christmas. I know you did
Remember
too.
when I told you pick the Chiefs? Christmas miracle, and you're like, nah.
Oh my god. I mean, look, it was honestly almost the best Christmas I could have ever received sports wise. The Raiders won, the Cowboys lost, the Niners lost, the Broncos lost, the Chargers lost. It would have. I won my fantasy. Like it was perfect, bro. It was absolutely perfect. The cherry on top would have been the Lakers winning, but fortunately they didn't.
You, they don't show up.
Yeah, I know. Look, we're back at it after a week hiatus. It wasn't supposed to be a week. Just a little FYI. Me and Max did the Pick'em show last week.
What? This is the first time hearing of it.
Yeah, we did the Pick'em show last week, but technical difficulties got my ass and my mic wasn't plugged the whole fucking time. So it was just Max the whole episode talking to himself and me just not saying anything. So I
What's
apologize for
new?
that. I'll take the L on that. But look, we're back. Okay. We had a little week vacation. Me and Max still did the pick'ems. We still had our picks. We still counted them. I don't think there was even much change. I want to say there was like what 2 games that we had
I'm
difference.
compiling the record right now. One is 142 and 98. I'm 139 and 101. So it's fun. I'm within striking range.
Yeah, and we have a lot of disagreements this week. I was looking over some of the graphics he sent me, and it looks like we got a couple of different games. Okay. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as always. Make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, all that good stuff. It's gonna probably be a little bit longer today, man. We got Xbox Live Talk at the end of this, and we're gonna probably be doing a little mini recaps into it because haven't really got our opinion for last week's games. Um, let's start off with. Do you want to start off with the games, Max, or do you want to have an open statement, anything like that, before we start the show?
No, I think we should just dive into it because we're gonna kind of do mini recaps on the teams once we
Gotcha.
like hit the games. Like so,
Okay.
first game, Jets Cleveland
All
Thursday
right.
night football won.
Yeah.
Uh, Cleveland just continues to find ways to win. They played Houston last week, right?
Yeah.
Was it Houston?
Yeah.
And they took them to the woodshed. Joe Flacco, give him a fucking another year deal.
I don't know what the fuck to make of this. I don't because he's Amari Cooper had like 250 yards receiving. Joe Flacco's playing out of his mind. I this looks like a run. This looks like a legit playoff run from Joe Flacco. And I ask you this, Max, because we were pretty set after that game with Houston 2 weeks ago with D'Amico Ryans for Coach of the Year. Are we disregarding Kevin Stefanski here? I mean, these are 4 quarterbacks he's had to deal with, and they can possibly be the number 1 seed in the AFC still. It's
I wouldn't go
possible.
that far one. I wouldn't go that far as number one seed. I think that's locked up. I definitely think there's some votes that should go his way. I mean, there's not underestimating Deshaun Watson gone, Nick Chubb lost him, horrific knee injury. I think maybe if there was like a coordinator of the year, it would go to Jim Schwartz because that defense is the unit.
Yeah.
They're gonna be a pain in the ass to play in the playoffs because Joe Flacco, for all that he's not there, like not capable of doing. He's not a guy like Trevor Simeon or who's the other backup for the Jets? I can't remember the other one they brought in
Who?
when Zach Wilson got hurt. He's not going to throw the game away. He's very like he'll never lose the game if that makes sense. To me, I haven't seen him like look bad out there. He's looked really good.
Really good.
So I like what Cleveland's doing. The Jets are how we always talk about a dead team walking. There's been a lot of reports about Salah. Who did they lose to that was really bad? I think was it this week or last week? Who did they just play?
They just played. Well, they kind of got away with the win this week. Brees Hall went crazy.
Oh yeah, but again, against Washington, they're kicking their ass,
Yeah, and then they come all the
and
way back.
and you're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, if they lost that game one, is that a fireable offense?
Uh, yeah, I would think so. You know how I feel about Salah a little bit. Um, look, all I'm gonna say is this: I think Kevin Stefanski definitely has to be in that conversation now. I think it's pretty impressive what he's been doing with all the quarterbacks. Okay. Second of all, if there has to be a game to end this whole Joe Flacco shit, it's the Jets to do it. They've been dominating almost every single quarterback they have played this year. I don't think there's been a quarterback this year that has fucked up the Jets. Probably just Tua, really. And I wouldn't even say he fucked them up all that bad the last time that they played. I think it was just, turnovers happened. It was short fields. But all year, like Mahomes, Josh Allen, like none of these guys have had great games against them. So I'm interested to see if this whole Joe Flacco thing ends. Besides that, the Jets offense is terrible. They're not going to be able to score points. I'll be very impressed, though, if the Jets can go out there and embarrass Joe Flacco and end this whole fucking thing. I doubt it would happen, but would I be shocked? No, I
I
wouldn't.
think that's a key to this game is just like to see the Flacco trust meter. If he throws this game away, like, gets skittish, 3 picks in the first half,
Yeah.
looks human again. But one, I don't think that's happening. I think the Cleveland Browns are going to win this. They're going to take a very conservative approach because their defense can kick the Jets offense ass. I'm going Cleveland 26-17.
Yeah.
Cleveland 11-5 with all this crap
Yeah.
going on.
24 to 10. Look, Joe Flacco, it's reminiscent of Baltimore. It really is. It's just like we need you to make big plays when it's called upon, and let the defense win the game. And that's how I feel with Cleveland this time. Crazy with Joe Flacco. I heard a crazy thing to compare him to. I know you do not like Eli Manning with the whole Hall of Fame situation, but he's going to make the Hall of Fame. The NFL is going to put Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame. I think we're all in agreement with that.
Mm-hmm.
If Joe Flacco goes on a run here and he wins a Super Bowl or he makes a
Yeah,
Super Bowl appearance, is he a Hall of Famer? I
pencil
would
him
think
in if he
so.
wins it. I mean, he's going to go down as an underrated quarterback, probably the best quarterback in Ravens franchise history. Um, it sucks that he was hitting his prime when the Baltimore Ravens team was kind of going like on a lull.
Through a
And what I
transition.
mean by that is,
Yeah.
as soon as they won that championship, what happens? Ray Lewis retires. Ed Reed signs in, I think, was it Houston
Yeah.
for
Well,
fucking like 6 games?
he kind of dug his own grave though because he signed a fat ass contract.
No, well, it's not his own grave. I mean, I feel like, I think he was like the start of like get hot at the right time
Yeah, yeah.
because he was amazing in the
He was. He
playoffs.
was.
Like amazing. He deserved it. But it was like the team got old. He got paid. It's got harder to build around him. And he was never bad for Baltimore. He was never bad.
Yeah.
He got hurt. But I like Joe Flacco, man. He's had a hell of a career.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what this year takes to him, man. It's a great fucking story in the NFL. All right, let's move on to Saturday night. Yes, we do have Saturday night football. It's the only game, and it's a great one. Detroit and Dallas. Dallas is 6-point favorites. They're at home. This is gonna be an interesting one, man. I feel like it's gonna be a fucking shootout. I think both of these teams have great offenses, and I just want to say something about the Cowboys, man. We're talking about it last week. Like, hey, if they lose to Miami, how are you gonna feel? You're gonna be like, when that time comes, we'll pass that bridge when we get there. But we passed that bridge now, Max. How you feeling about the Cowboys?
Well, I'm just looking at 10-5 and realistically they go 12-5, maybe probably 11-6. They're going to go to finish the year, whatever the record ends up being. It just seems like they're just a bully of the weak teams. It just seems like that. Like, who would you say is a quality win, Juan? Is
Eagles,
there a
that's
quality
it.
win? Yeah, they beat the Eagles. And I don't think the Eagles are any. I'm not trying to shit on Dallas, Juan, but if I'm a Philly fan, I say, hey, we're the same record, and I get we've played like shit too, but quality win. We beat Buffalo, we beat Kansas City, we beat Dallas. Um, it's just kind of like there just seems to always be something a little lacking. I still believe in Dallas. I think they can go on a run because Dak's playing at that level. But the penalties, that's coaching. Um, was I surprised to see them lose last week? I wasn't. I think Miami presents some problems for them. Raheem Mostert had a game. Detroit, kudos. You locked up the division. Detroit Pistons had to die for it. I get it. Sacrifice one so the other can survive. I'm leaning towards Dallas one, and I'm leaning towards Dallas for one reason. I think Detroit's going to come out flat. I think they're a young team. They just had like the champagne. They had like the locker room celebration one.
Yeah.
I think that's going to affect them. I don't think if Detroit Lions get blown out, I don't hold it against Detroit. I think it's like, oh, we just had our big win. You know, the rebuild's complete. MJC video came true. I think they're just playing with house money. Like Detroit doesn't give a fuck, right? They're not. Detroit's not really going to get the one seed. I mean, they could happen, but it just seems like it's not going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Like if I asked you today, put money on it. How much money are you putting on it?
No, none. I'm not putting much.
That's my point.
I think I want to go Detroit, and I think Detroit's a better team than the Dallas Cowboys as far as right now. Okay, I think Dallas is kind of. I don't like their run game. I think I don't know what it is with Tony Pollard. I don't know if they need a bruiser like fucking Zeke or Derrick Henry.
I don't see them opening up the holes as much.
I don't know what it is. Look, I don't know what it is, but they cannot run the football. And they're a little bit too much Dak centric. It's like they pass a little bit too much for me. And to me, their defense doesn't really get the stops when you need them to. It's kind of frustrating, man. And you were kind of saying that game against your Eagles, you were like, yeah, their corners like Stephon Gilmore, like everyone wants to say he locked them up. Like, he made a couple of good plays, but he wasn't locking up Devontae Smith for most of the game. And I feel like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle were, for the time that he was in the game, like was kind of getting what they want on them. And I just didn't like what I seen from Dallas, man. And I don't want to put the blame on Dak. I just want to make sure of that. That game, that was impressive from him as far as going down the field, getting the score. He did his job. It was just more, I felt like it was coaching, and number two, the defense not getting a stop when they're supposed to. I think the
penalties
Dolphins,
too.
Yeah, penalties too. That's
coaching though.
That's coaching to me. So I'm gonna roll with Detroit, man. I love what Detroit's doing, and I think Detroit's gonna run the football down their throat. That's how I feel. It scares me with Detroit as far as their pass defense goes. We all know they're kind of shaky right there, so I believe Dallas is gonna be able to put up points. But I think the aftermath of it, Detroit's gonna come out with the win in a big ass shootout. I think it's gonna be an entertaining game. 34-31 Detroit.
If I wasn't afraid of Detroit coming out flat, I would have picked them to win it. I'm going Dallas 31-14. I think Dallas is going to pounce on a Detroit team that might be a little slow, and then they're going to lose. But again, my reason for why I'm not picking Detroit is because just the human emotion aspect of it. Like, I kind of feel like that was Dallas with Buffalo. Like, you just had the Super Bowl win over Philly. You come out flat.
Yeah.
Like, that shit happens, right, Juan? Like, we know it to be true.
It's been a while, folks. Look. 1970, since 1970, folks, the first time ever we have the Browns and the Lions both have double-digit wins in the season.
Yeah.
Crazy. Fucking insane. All right. It's a new fucking age, man. All right. Let's go to Miami and Baltimore to start off Sunday football. Baltimore coming off of that great win against San Francisco that we all know about, and Miami coming off that win against the Cowboys. Baltimore's favored in this one. They're at home. Look, I just want to say this about Baltimore. Number one, Lamar Jackson's the MVP of the league. I think he came out. He dominated the 49ers.
Longer than anyone else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This whole Purdy bullshit.
Yeah.
It's out of control.
It is. And Lamar showed why he was MVP. This game's going to be interesting, though. I think it is, man. I think it's gonna be closer than you think. It's funny too because this was a crazy game the last time these two teams met. I want to say it was like week 2 or early in the
Week
season
two,
last
like
week,
two
last
years
year.
ago,
Yeah, yeah,
last year.
yeah. Tua had the huge game, like 500 plus yards.
Oh yeah, they just stopped covering Tyreek Hill. They're like, fuck it, you're
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. So
Island.
what do you think of this Miami team? Because the way that we're talking about Dallas, we kind of felt like Dallas more lost that game than Miami won. How you feeling about Miami at this point?
I don't think Tua played a good game against Dallas. He made some plays, but overall, I thought there was a lack of like crispness. Like it seemed like he was missing guys. He was getting a little rattled. One thing about Baltimore that's different than Dallas, you're not moving them. It's a bitch to run the ball on them. They lost Jalen Waddle, high ankle sprain. That's just going to initially hurt them a lot. Now instead of having like 1.5 Tyreek Hills, now you just have Tyreek Hill. And I know it doesn't seem like a big difference. It is. Jalen Waddle might be one of the most underrated receivers in football. One, I don't know how you feel. It's just he gets no shine because Tyreek Hill's there.
Yeah.
But Jalen Waddle is special in his own right. He's an alpha on a lot of teams. That being said, Baltimore knows we have to win this game. This is number one seed. If we want it, we got to go out there. I think they're just too talented. I think their scheme is really good. I don't think Miami can stop them. They're not the same way San Francisco kind of could like slow them down. But Kyle Hamilton, I think he's going to play, which is big because he has been amazing. Amazing game, amazing effort. I'm leaning Baltimore on because of Lamar and that defense and McDonald, Mike McDonald, the DC.
Yeah.
They'll have some head coaching jobs because
Yeah.
he is doing so great with like you look at them, you look at the Eagles, you're like Fletcher Cox, Jalen Carter, Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick. Who the fuck does Baltimore have? Michael Pierce, all of a sudden, who can rush the passer, Jadavion Clowney,
And Bouquet.
oh, Adafe Away, who's not that great.
Yeah.
Like they just find ways to get guys in the quarterback's face.
They
And
lead the
Marlon
league.
Humphrey played amazing.
Yeah, they lead the league in sacks. They're not flashy at all. They're the Baltimore Ravens, man. They get the job done. It's not pretty. Even like Lamar this year, like Lamar's numbers are not, oh my God, eye popping. But it comes back to watch the game. Watch how important Lamar Jackson is and the plays where, yeah, he may get a no gain or a 3-yard gain because he fucking made two guys miss in the pocket. That's what makes him so fucking amazing. It's the plays that don't show up as big stat stuffers on the stat sheet. That's crazy about Lamar, man. Another thing you mentioned, Kyle Hamilton. Uh, we're on the verge of making our All Pro list, and Kyle Hamilton's been playing amazing this year, dude. He's one of my candidates, and I think he's gonna get up for this game, Max, because I specifically remember this was a horrible game last year for Kyle Hamilton as a rookie. Like it was kind of like shaky. Like he got fucking torched against the Dolphins last time that they played. So I think he's
Do
gonna
you know what I
remember
was
that.
thinking on the whole Monday night game when he was making play after play? I was just like, I just remember both of us kind of just being like, he's good, but let's pump the brakes.
Yeah.
And it was more about just in the draft, you don't take a quarter, you don't ever take a safety over a quarterback.
No.
And I think there's some stuff that like reads true in the draft narrative and stuff. But he's just a hell of a football player, and he's probably worth a top 10 pick. And Baltimore's lucky to got him where they did because he is a stud.
It's that
He's an
length.
all pro.
It's that length, man. And I feel like
His instincts, he's so big.
he
Like
covers
I bet it
ground.
sucks
I just think he covers ground and he's a fucking ball hog, bro. Like
because he didn't run a fast 40. It was like 4.5, but he's so
no.
fucking big.
Yeah, he's fucking huge, bro. Shout out to Kyle Hamilton, man. But me and Max, like we said, we're rolling with Baltimore. I got 28-23, and Max has Baltimore 23-14. All right, let's move on to New England and Buffalo. Look, I think New England's dunzo, even though they beat Denver. They're 12-point underdogs. I think Buffalo's one of the hottest teams in the league. Things got a little bit weird against the Chargers for a little bit, but for the most part, I'm going with the Bills in this one, 30-20.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Max?
28-20. I think it'll be close because they'll just do some stupid shit, but they'll lock it up. Hey, Buffalo's 9-6. They're going to be 10-6. Josh Allen's playing great.
Yeah.
They, yeah. I'm proud of Buffalo for kind of responding and all the Sean McDermott bullshit. He doesn't deserve to be fired.
Yeah, and
So,
and
I'm leaning
fringe,
Buffalo.
and if the MVP award wasn't about your record, Josh Allen is front runner to
But the
MVP.
crazy thing is, if Buffalo wins this game and Miami loses,
They could
it's
win
a
the division.
win for the division game next week, which I'm praying we get.
Yeah, a lot of
I am
scenarios out
praying.
there. Yeah, a lot of
God,
scenarios.
Buffalo, Miami, meaningful games the last couple of weeks of the season, huh? Every fucking year it seems like.
I know. Oh man, that'll be a great one. All right, let's go to Atlanta and Chicago. Atlanta coming off a win. Chicago, they're favored in this one. They're at home. Over under is 38.5 points. I don't know what to think of this game, honestly. Look, Atlanta looked good last week. They did, but
That's where they get you.
that's where they
That's
get
where
you.
they-
That's where they fucking get you. And that's why I'm not picking them, dude. I'm going with the Bears. I don't think the Bears are bad. I think this whole thing about Justin, it sounds like they're gonna move off Justin Fields. That's what it
They're
sounded
so dumb. They're 6-9.
like. Yeah.
And he missed time. We're talking about replacing Justin Fields like they're 1-12. I just don't get it, Juan. I'm sorry. I just think it's such a bullshit thing to do to him. And I hope if Chicago's true and they're just being assholes, get out of there and go have a great career somewhere. Justin Fields is going to be a good quarterback, Juan.
If
Give him some fucking time.
if I'm Atlanta, I'm getting a really good look at Justin Fields this week.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm
Get all
getting
your
a real
stats there.
good fucking look. Like I feel like this can be his next.
It's just
fucking
he's Ritter, but can actually do shit.
Yeah, like Justin Fields, don't get me wrong, he's not perfect. And don't get me
No.
wrong, he still has a lot of development to go. But I think for them to just disregard him already and not even let him finish the season, and they're already having talks about, oh, they're gonna look to trade him, blah, blah, blah. I don't understand.
Like, one, has he been that bad
No,
in
he
11
hasn't.
games?
He hasn't. And like Ritter and fucking Heineke like have been bad. That's bad. Justin Fields has been fine. And the fucked up thing is about Chicago though, is that they're in a lose-lose, I feel like, because I still don't feel like Eberflus is a good coach. I don't think he's the guy. So regardless, Max, I feel like if they draft Caleb Williams, they're gonna be fucked because Caleb Williams is not going to be able to flourish with Eberflus. And then if they go the other route with Justin Fields and they pick Marvin Harrison, I feel like they're going to be fucked with Eberflus again. Like, I feel like they're just, I don't know what Chicago is doing, man. I don't agree. I feel like they should fire, if they're going to go the Caleb Williams route.
Yeah, you fire him.
You fire him.
Look, one, Justin Fields is 4-7 this year. Let me just read you some of the losses. He's had some bad ones, don't get me wrong. He lost by 20 week 1 to Green Bay.
Yeah.
41-10. But listen to these. Denver, 31-28.
Yeah.
26-31 to Detroit. 17-20 to Cleveland. Those aren't awful losses, Juan.
Yeah.
They're really not. Like, you're in a lot of these fucking games compared to when you were starting Baggett and getting screwed up. Like, I just think he's not that bad.
Yeah.
He's really not. And the way they talk about him, everyone talks about him, it's like he's Zach Wilson. Like, he's been that poor. Like, he's
right.
so I bet the Jets would be in the fucking playoffs. They have Justin Fields.
Facts.
I'm picking Atlanta.
I'm picking Atlanta.
I'm picking Atlanta just because I don't trust either team. I flip the coin. 17-16.
I like Chicago's defense, man. They're growing on me. Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson is probably one of the most underrated duos at corner in the league. They've been playing fucking great the last couple of weeks.
Montez Sweat, good trade.
Yeah, it's Montez Sweat, man. That's crazy. 6.5 sacks for 2 teams. That's insane. All right, let's go to Tennessee and Houston. We'll see if CJ Stroud can play this week. He's in the last, basically, like,
He practiced?
He did practice, limited practice. He's in the last phase of the concussion protocol, as they would say. He's in phase 4 or whatever. Tennessee, they won last week, correct? No, they didn't win. They lost against Seattle. Yeah, they lost against Seattle. Ryan Tannehill played. Look, for the most part, I got Houston. I think it's going to be a weird game because it's a division game, 23-20. But I feel like if Stroud is playing, they can beat this team. And I don't know
I
about
think
Will
so too.
Levis, whether Will Levis plays or not.
I think he's done for the year.
Yeah,
I think he's done.
I got Houston though, man. How you feeling?
Going with Houston. Close game because I think Stroud will be rusty and it's just a weird game in general. 17-13. Houston, can you pretty much control your fate? I think you can make the playoffs. I hope they do. I hope to see CJ Stroud in the playoff game this year.
Yeah. All right. Las Vegas, Indianapolis, in Indy. Indianapolis is 3.5 favorites, not 3.5.
You picking your team this week, asshole?
Look, man, I just want to say this. The Raiders defense is good. Okay. I'll give you a couple of stats, man. Since Antonio Pierce has become head coach, where do you think the Raiders rank in points allowed on defense?
7th.
First. They're the number one defense when it comes to points allowed.
Low key, that Minnesota game fucking helped them out. That's bullshit.
But they did get blown out by the Chiefs. Chiefs scored 35.
They
did. I'm just saying, it goes hand in hand, Max. All I'm gonna say, Malcolm Kuntz. I don't know what the fuck's gotten into this guy, but he's a fucking dominant player now, bro.
You know it's fucking crazy. I've seen Tyree Wilson looking better too.
The whole line, the whole defense is playing great. Amik Robertson, we all know Jack Jones fucking staring down Patrick Mahomes like a dog. I mean, it was fantastic.
Real quick, how do you feel about Tyree? I'm just curious because that's like a draft thing. I think it's been better.
I need to watch last game's film. I was
Dude,
so factuated.
Max Crosby's ridiculous.
Dude,
fucking ridiculous.
My eyes are on Crosby. Like I text Max this. I've watched every single game of Max Crosby's career. He didn't have a sack in that game, but I'm telling you, that's one of the greatest Max Crosby games I've ever fucking watched. He was ridiculous. He was relentless, bro.
There was a stat that they said that he's played 7 complete games where he never came out, and I'm like, that is absurd in today's NFL.
I know you love Myles Garrett, and I know Myles Garrett is fantastic, and he probably is gonna win the Defensive Player of the Year. But man, I feel like Max Crosby, what he's doing on this Raiders team and the amount of snaps that he plays, I really do hope he wins Defensive Player of the Year because he fucking deserves it, man. But I get it. Like, I don't blame you if you want to pick Myles Garrett because, you know, people love to look at the fucking sacks, bro. But to me,
I think Khalil Mack's like the biggest culprit of that. Or like Khalil Mack's having a great year. He's not like a top 5 pass rusher.
We'll look up Myles Garrett's sacks, Max. Like, people are probably gonna disregard him because of the sacks. He's not even in the top 7 of sacks.
Really?
Yeah. He doesn't have that many. I think TJ Watt leads the league with like 16.
TJ Watt has 17, Hendrickson 16, Danielle Hunter 15.5, Mack 15, Max Crosby 13.5, Myles Garrett 13. Like, dude, I'm sorry. Danico Autry 11. That's not bad.
The Nico, baby.
Okay, like Kayvon Thibodeau, again, like I don't feel like his sack – I feel like he's been worse than his sack numbers.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's just had a few splashy games. Like, okay, Khalil Mack, take out 6, he has 9. You know, I don't mean to be a dick.
No, sack numbers.
To me, TJ Watt has not been the best pass rusher in football this year.
No.
Not even close.
I think it's Garrett and Crosby. Week after week, those guys are putting on amazing performances, bro. It's fucking insane. But
so you're picking your team?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Raiders, and for this fact, I don't like what I seen from the Colts last week. They fucking shit the fucking bed last week. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't pass the ball. Their defense got fucked up. Right? Yeah, they played. Yeah, they played Atlanta. They just completely shit the bed, and I think the Raiders' defense is hot. The one thing that scares me, though, we all know, we forgot to mention. The Raiders didn't complete a fucking pass after the first quarter and still won that game. Their offense is horrendous. It is fucking insane.
Correct. I'm going to go with the Colts 23-20. I think they're going to bounce back. I think the Raiders played a hell of a game. I would love to segue to the Kansas City game. I know we're going to be jumping around, but just because I want to tie the Raiders' dominance into Kansas City. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I'm going Colts though, 23-20. We're picking same score, opposite teams,
gotcha.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
But Kansas City, What's the panic meter at? I want to know. They're playing the Bengals this week. They're 9-6.
I'm gonna
What's the
give it.
panic meter
I'm
at?
gonna give it a 9. The only reason why it's not a 10 is because Mahomes. That's it. I
Also, and their division has broken perfectly for them. Like they're really not in danger. Like they're in a little danger, but they're not.
they are though. I mean, they have to lose 2 in a row. It has to be pretty drastic here. They essentially have to lose what 3 in a row. They have to lose
And they
3
play the
games.
Chargers.
Yeah. So I get you, but it's a 9 for me. Travis Kelce does not look like Travis
Doesn't look
Kelce.
right.
Yeah. Look, the receivers, as great as Rashee Rice is, and he's talented, he's not the answer though, man. He's not.
I don't.
There's so
Like
many
those
there's so many
Sky-
mental mistakes because he's a rookie. And to me, you're depending on a guy like that. It's not a recipe for success. Like and
No.
the other receivers, they're fucking trash. They're done. Like MVS is not even fucking involved.
Well,
And
the problem is if they went into a playoff game, let's say they play Houston.
Yeah.
I would be scared because of all the miscues that just going to lead to interceptions. Like Patrick Mahomes is having a down year, but I would say a lot of it's the receivers. Like he'll throw to open receivers, it's a drop. It just seems like they're always a step off. It's everybody. Part of it's Kelsey had a big drop. Yeah. It's Tony. It's MVS. It's Rice. It's Sky Moore. These guys are inconsistent. Like we talked about, you don't have to pay a wide receiver and they won a Super Bowl. Yeah. Last year, they were playing at a different level. Like a very similar group was playing at a better level.
Yeah.
But it would be a 9, like you said, but except for Mahomes. It'd be a 10, but Mahomes brings it down a little. Right. But to me, and I don't give a fuck what Kelsey's stats are. He's not been the same level of dominance in years past. That's just my opinion of it. It just seems like him and Mahomes are like a step off. Something's wrong. Like to me, little spoiler, he's not on my old pro team unless he has 300 yards in the next 2 games. Yeah. He's not.
So look,
and he has so many yards. He has like 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
but it's something off about this team, and the defense is great.
Pacheco's hurt,
but the offense is putrid.
Yeah, Pacheco's
you never thought you'd see that.
But Pacheco's hurt. The offensive line got fucking manhandled last week. I don't know.
The tackles are a problem. The inside is fine. The tackles are fucking trash.
It's bad. Yeah. Okay, so they play Cincinnati this week. Let's hypothetical here, okay? Let's say they beat the Chargers, okay? But they lose against Cincinnati. Out of all the AFC teams, Max, I'm going to go over all the teams that I feel like not confident the Chiefs beating. Ravens, not confident. Dolphins, not confident. Browns, not confident. Bills, not confident. Texans, not confident. If they can't beat the Bengals next week, call them like I'm not confident. The only teams I'm confident in the Chiefs beating is the Jaguars and the Colts.
Disagree with Jags. I would say the only 2 teams I would say is Houston because they're so young and never been there, and the Colts. That's it. Other than that, like it's like the Eagles kind of thing. It's like you guys never beat up anybody in the last few weeks. Like they've really been figured out, and they really don't have answers. I'm going to pick them to win this game against the Bengals because the Bengals don't have a quarterback, and they're just kind of their defense has struggled.
Yeah, I'm picking the Chiefs one more week just out of the respect for Patrick Mahomes, 27-24, because as ugly as it got last Sunday, they still had a shot. And part of that was because they were playing the Raiders offense, but it's the problem's not Mahomes. Mahomes is running for his fucking life. He can't do anything out there. Everything is on him. It's make or fucking break. And it's just not looking good in Kansas City, man. Anything else on KC, Max?
No, just worried. More worried than I've ever been.
Yeah. And speaking of those Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't know, Max. They're looking very fucking shaky. Look, they play Carolina this week. They're at home. This is a get-right game. We'll see if Trevor Lawrence can
But the
fucking
problem, but
play.
the problem is one, their quarterback's not right, and he's not going to be right for this game. It's what is it? Leg, ankle, knee, shoulder.
Yeah.
It's just every time he gets healthy, he gets fucking hurt because they can't protect him. Trevor Lawrence to me is having a down year because of all the chaos around him. And I mean, I think Jacksonville's going to win because Carolina sucks. Spoiler alert, 26-13. But this Jacksonville offense is so fucking bad.
Yeah, I don't have that much confidence. I got 24-23. I think this is going to be a weird game. Carolina, believe it or not, Max, they showed something last week. They scored 30 fucking points against the Packers. A lot of that had to do with Brady, whatever his name is, on the defense coordinator for the Packers. He's been
Joe Barry.
Yeah, Joe Barry has been fucking terrible this year. But Bryce Young showed a little bit of something last week. I think the Panthers showed a little bit. So I'm not that confident in the Jags. I don't like what I seen from them. Injuries are catching up to them. Like you said, you got Lawrence. They lost Christian Kirk. ETN has not been himself for at least 5 weeks. They can't really get anything going. Their defense is not getting the same turnovers that they were in the beginning of the season. I'm not confident, man. It's panic meter in Jacksonville because Houston and Indy are on their fucking ass for the division. They can fucking lose this thing. And that's scary, man. It's Doug Peterson. I mean, if they lose out the season, man, let's say they lose the next 2 games, which that will be what, 5 in a row to end the season? Mm-hmm. Do you fire him? As crazy as that sounds.
You don't.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do, though, Max.
Because, more turnover just usually is not good. Turning over the team to a new coach is never good. That's why I wouldn't do it personally.
I wouldn't do it either, but, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Jacksonville, all of a sudden you hear reports like, oh, Doug Peterson job is in jeopardy week 18, So we'll see. Let's go to a red hot team, the LA Rams, playing the New York Giants. Look, the Giants, they had their moments on Christmas. I think that was just because the Eagles are struggling right now, though. DeVito got benched. Tyrod Taylor's going to start, most likely. The Rams, next to the Bills, are the hottest fucking team in the NFL, I feel like. They're on a fucking roll right now. Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. That offense is rolling. I'm going Rams. No fucking questions asked.
Going Rams. Easy peasy. Yeah. Giants took advantage of an Eagles team that was really good the first half. Fumble, kickoff. Just the same old dumb shit the Eagles do. The Rams are going to beat them. Easy as that. Daboll, I think they've had a nice year, all things considered, of all the injuries. I think they've been better than I thought.
Yeah, the DeVito story was nice while it lasted. Okay.
Yeah.
Arizona, Philly, 11-point favorites at home.
This is the fucking week. We're going to blow out a team and look good. This is it. We're going to get that munchkin. I'm fucking scared it's not. But I'm going 31-10 Philly.
Yeah, I'm going 33-16. Something's off with Philly, man. I didn't like what I seen on Christmas. Something's off. I hope this is
it was like the first half was good, and then it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why?
They run a – you said it. You were ahead of this beyond a lot of people, but I agree with you.
What are 3-run plays?
Yeah, they run a fucking high school offense. Like, it's not good. It's not – nothing is creative.
There's no motion. There's like they've started doing more motion, but it's like they just expect they're like, we're bigger, we're more dominant, we'll fucking push you around. And more times they're right.
Yeah.
But it's like, why don't we come up with something creative?
Christmas, I finally got what you were saying. Like, I was like, yeah, I see what Max is talking about.
You ever see us do a pro style run? No.
Inside zone, baby.
Inside zone, read option, fucking fake the handoff. Dallas Goedert comes in the flat. That's all it is.
Yeah. All right, Philly, get your act together. New Orleans, Tampa Bay. This is a great game. Tampa Bay is fucking red hot too. 3-point favorites. Baker is playing fucking great. He is. He got Mike Evans going. Their defense is fucking red hot though. They're one of the best defenses the last couple weeks. Levante David, Devin White. I don't know if you heard our podcast because he was on the overrated players, but he's been fucking balling. these last couple of weeks. Who you rolling with for this one, man? Because the Saints look terrible.
Tampa Bay in a close game because it's just going to be close with these teams. You can never expect a blowout. Tampa Bay 21-20. I'm scared. This is not a fun game to pick.
Yeah, I got 24-20. I got the Bucks as well. I just can't trust the Saints at this point. I don't trust Derek Carr. I don't think Derek Carr has been comfortable in this offense all year. There's been one game he's played good, and it's been against the Colts. That was the best game I seen from Derek Carr all year.
Yeah, he's the same old shit.
Yeah, same old shit, hot and cold. All right, San Francisco, Washington. Talk about a get-right game, 13.5-point favorites. Look, if the Niners lose this one, I'm concerned. Like, Brock Purdy fucking, if he has another horrible game, he's not the fucking guy.
MVP.
Yeah,
MVP.
I'm sorry, he's not the guy if he loses this game. 40-14, 49ers take care of business. Washington is the worst defense in the league.
28-7.
Yeah, lock of the fucking week. All right, Pittsburgh, Seattle. Seattle's 3.5-point favorites. Steelers won last week. Seahawks won last week. Who are you going with?
Going with Seattle, 21-10. I believe in Seattle. They've had some really good showings the last 2 weeks. Eagles beat Tennessee, going with Seattle. Pittsburgh, they're starting Mason Rudolph again. Fuck them.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle as well. I don't trust Mason Rudolph. I think the Bengals just kind of collapsed in Pittsburgh. George Pickens had a great fucking game. I don't believe the.
By the way, it wasn't like he was open. He just made plays.
Yeah, he just ran past everyone. I don't trust this whole Mason Rudolph fucking thing. I'm sorry.
No,
sorry,
it was
sorry,
cool for
Pittsburgh.
a week.
Yeah. Chargers, Denver. This is one that we can talk about. You know what?
Hold on. Pick
what?
the game. Pick it. And I got a question.
Hold on. Let's pick Green Bay and Minnesota because that's the last game, and then we'll leave Denver for last.
Yeah, no Monday night game this week, which is
no Monday night game. This is the Sunday night game. We got Minnesota at home hosting the Green Bay Packers. Not much is on the line, honestly. Both of these teams are kind of out of it. They need miracles to happen. How you feeling about this one? Because I didn't like what I seen from Green Bay's defense.
Alexander for being an idiot. I'm still going Green Bay 20-17. I'm rocking with them. I think Jordan Love's has been playing really well. Scared to pick this game. Scared of all the dumb shit Green Bay does on a consistent basis.
Yeah, this is gonna be a weird game. No, Jordan Addison's hurt. Hawkinson, who's been playing great this year, torn it ACL, out for the year. Green Bay on the other side, TJ Hawkinson, tight end. No, Jordan Addison as well. He's hurt as well. No. Yeah, but
no exaggeration.
Green Bay on the other side, they're banged up as well. No Christian Watson. Reed has been questionable. He missed last week. They're running out of receivers. I gotta go Minnesota, man. I like the matchup. I think they're gonna blitz Jordan Love, make him uncomfortable. I like Tyson Chandler, the running back, Ty Chandler, whatever his name is. I like the matchup. Minnesota, man, rolling with them. Okay, let's go with the big news. Okay. Since we're talking about Denver, they're playing the Chargers this week. They're 5-point favorites. They're at home. They're still very much in the playoff race, just as much as the fucking Raiders, honestly. They still got a chance at the division, as crazy as that sounds. I'm picking Denver. I don't care if Russell Wilson is playing. I don't care if Jarrett Stidham. I think the Chargers are that bad. I can't trust the Chargers. All right.
Correct.
Now let's talk about the crazy fucking news that we got.
So were you right at the end of the day?
No, I'm absolutely not.
Russ was benched.
I'm absolutely not right. I am shocked the amount of news that has came out. But this is ugly, Max. This is fucking ugly. And from what it sounds like to me, Denver had a conversation with Russell Wilson at least 6 to 5 weeks ago and said, hey, can you restructure your contract because it's going to be a problem next year? And if you want to stay in Denver, restructure. If not, we're going to cut you. And they said, good fucking luck. You got to win these fucking games. And Russell Wilson, for the most part, balled the fuck out because he beat the Chiefs. He started going on a fucking run. And he was playing well, but the last 2 weeks...
I honestly thought there was some questionable coaching stuff with their loss in New England.
Yeah.
I was like, why go for it? Take fucking three. You're not playing the fucking Chiefs in their prime. Take fucking three. You'll be fine.
This whole situation is
One, I'm
weird.
shocked too. I'm sure. I know. First of all, I think they're fucking railroading Russ. I think
Yes.
they're doing him dirty as fuck.
Yeah.
Not often I'd say that about like the way Russ has handled himself since being in Denver. I don't. They're saying he's going to get cut. I mean, this guy has played really good. Not really. I would say good. He's played pretty fucking good this year. He's been kind of carrying a team, not carrying, but kind of. Denver's nothing great, truthfully. Like truthfully, they're nothing great. They got blown up by 70 in a fucking disgusting game. But Russ has not been a problem. He's got really good stats. He's played well. I just think I just think there's some fucking up there, and I think it's bullshit they're railroading him. I don't know. I really am lost. I'm at a loss for words. One,
I really
I'm
am.
shocked,
Even
and I feel
even
bad for Russ.
I heard Sean Payton's press conference, and it left me head scratching. Like I felt like he shat on
I
Russ.
think it's just about the money, bro. It's literally about the money. That's literally all it's
I
about.
don't think
Because I
so
don't
though,
believe
man. The
for a
fact
sec.
that they're making it so vocal at first, the first initial reports, as far as like, oh, we're gonna bench him for Stidham because we want to have options open in March, because of the
But
contract
one, I think
situation.
everything else is just a fucking smear campaign to make it seem like Russ is a problem. So he gets taken off them. I think that's all it is. Is there don't want to pay him $151 million because truth is, as good as he's been, he's not worth the contract anymore.
Yeah,
He's just not.
yeah.
And they're just trying to weasel their fucking way out, and it's just a joke.
To me,
It's a
it's just
joke.
not
I'd be
smart though.
surprised.
It's not
He's
smart.
not.
It's not smart at all because you're
What the
fucking
fuck they gonna get?
you're
Do you
fucking
know who
yourself
get?
over. They're not gonna get anything now. Why? They said they're already gonna cut him. There's no chance of fucking trading.
But you know what? One, they say that there's a chance he'll be back.
I,
We said
I
it
don't
about
think
Jimmy
so,
G.
Max.
We
Did you see
said it
the
about
tweet?
Jimmy G. They said about Jimmy G when they got Trey Lance. Sometimes you just have to fucking make up, and that's all. That's my last thing I'll say.
I would be
I'd
shocked.
be shocked too, one. But hey, how shocked were you when Jimmy G's fucking starting again for the
I don't
Niners?
think it was that ugly though. It wasn't because there was a
I don't
mutual
know.
respect there. There was like you
That's
can tell
true.
it was just business here. This is different. This is way different. Like Sean Payton, like everything makes sense now. As far as like Sean Payton on the sidelines, fucking chewing out Russell Wilson, them having the contract negotiations before the Chiefs game or after the Chiefs win, should I say, and telling them you have to restructure or else we're gonna cut you. And then the tweet that Russell Wilson is saying like, "Hey, I'm looking forward to my future." Like this is ugly. Garoppolo, it wasn't ugly. It was peaceful. It was a press conference of him saying, I love the 49ers. I love San Francisco. Thank you for everything. But my time has come up here. This has nothing written all over it with the Broncos. It's weird. It's fucking weird. And I 100% support Russ. And I hate the Broncos. I do. And I've been a hater of Russell Wilson, but I'm sorry. I think he's getting fucked over. This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. This is kind of
He
second
has
thinking.
not played bad enough to warrant a benching at all.
Yeah.
And that's where the new NFL is, where it's like, bro, we have no loyalty to the players. And that's why players have no loyalty to them. I think it's fucked. That's my last thing. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
interrupted you.
Yeah. Okay.
Shocking.
So now that we got that over, because I don't think I'm sorry.
The
I'm
ride's
not
over.
I'm not gonna roll with Russell Wilson's gonna be a Bronco next year. So let's have some fun. And I know we're
Las
gonna
Vegas looks great. He looked great in the fucking silver and black, huh?
I'm looking at Atlanta. I think he can go to
Atlanta
Falcons.
too.
Atlanta,
Yeah.
Vegas is an option. Washington's an
Yeah.
option. Now let me give you this. How about Seattle?
No, fuck off. They're
Why
done.
not?
They don't want him.
Why not?
No. No, you're good. You're
Why?
good.
Why though?
Well, he's 30 because he's 30, he's old. You don't want him back. Just remember the good times. That's it. You're good.
I would fucking
Geno,
resign him. I
you're
would.
fucking high. Geno Smith's just as good as Russ.
Uh, how old is Gino? I want to say they're the same age, bro.
No, no, fucking. Geno came in young. Geno Smith's 33. Russell's 35.
Damn,
He'll be
Russ is
36
35.
next November. Yeah, Russ is
Jesus
old, bro. Understand? So
Christ.
don't take him back.
I mean, at the right price, because they're not gonna have to pay him that money. That money's gonna go all be on fucking Denver.
Yeah, but some other team will pick him up. Some other team will
Look,
pick him
I'm
up.
I'm gonna say this. I know you disagree.
Niners.
Stop. If Brock Purdy falls apart, maybe. If I'm Seattle, I would strongly consider it. I think Seattle would welcome him back in open arms. I think he works well with Pete.
You're fucking dumb.
I think
They're
so.
done
I
with
think
this
so. I
shit.
think when all like if they miss the playoffs this year, they're already fucking turning on fucking Geno. They don't want Geno, and they're like, "Hey,
They
can we
just swap
sign
him back,
Russ?"
Geno for us.
Fuck that. They'll just sign him. Denver's not gonna get anything. I don't feel like they're gonna be able to trade him. It's gonna be another Derek Carr situation.
How about the Jets?
No, the Aaron Rodgers is there. No fucking way.
Giants?
No,
No.
they got Daniel Jones. They're stuck with him. I see the only options I see is Atlanta, Vegas, maybe New England, but I don't know what the fuck's going on with New England. I don't know if they're gonna keep Bill
Yeah.
Belichick. I don't know.
Tampa.
Arizona,
else
maybe
you
if they move off of Kyler and they have a stopgap year with Russ.
I don't know.
It's gonna be
Pittsburgh.
interesting. Pittsburgh, that's a good one. Forgot about Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Just to sum it up, I'm going to sum it up in one sentence, and I want you to do the same. I think it's bullshit, and I was blown away seeing that story.
Yeah. Sean Payton's an asshole.
The ride's over.
The ride's over. The ride has officially fell off the tracks.
Yeah. The ride got shut down.
Oh my god. All right, Max. So we're 51 minutes in. What I'm thinking is maybe we do another video of the underrated and probably end this one because this one's so long. If we go on, what do you feel like doing?
How long do you want to do the underrated for? Like, what are you thinking?
I have a lot of players, bro. I feel like it's gonna be at least 30 minutes.
Oh, no way. No fucking way.
Yeah, it's gonna, bro. We didn't have all that much for offense, and that shit took like 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. I don't want to do 40 minutes right now, but okay. I'm tired.
I think we should just stop the video then. We'll stop the video. We'll put them out separate, and we'll do it like that, and we'll let them go for this one. Okay, for the pick'ems.
Cool.
All right. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Comment down below. All that good stuff. Max, do you have any last words?
Happy New Year, guys. See you next year.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next year. Have a safe New Year. We'll see you guys either Sunday night or Monday. Okay, we'll see how things go. We'll see how our schedules are. Okay. For now, we are out. Peace.